Hey guys, what's up? It's AB Trades, and I run a YouTube channel that teaches people how to day trade options. Today, I wanted to specifically talk about the outcomes of SPY and what we're going to be doing with this new bear market. I'm calling it a bear market for a few reasons. Why? First reason is because obviously we've been in this correction period, and now we are starting to sell off massively. For the second reason, if you look at the beginning of the year, we started the year here. We are ending the year around lower than where we started. And that's not good because in December is known for selling off because people are selling off their positions for the year. So we just have a more continuation move to the downsides. What happens is my prediction, again, I'm not an expert or a financial whatever advisor, but when the markets and people start to see that SPY closed lower on the year, then there's going to be no like urge to invest next year in 2019, right? Because we're going to be like, why? It closed lower and it's gapping down. So now talking about recession or anything like that is a bit too far-fetched at the moment, but will we start to continue to sell off? Absolutely. I don't see a stop anytime soon. Maybe down to 230 or the beginning of 2016 or 2017, I should say. But I don't know where it will stop. But I just wanted to talk about how we're going to trade this and how to make money even when the market's dying and what I'm looking at. So we trade SPY a lot. So I wanted to mention some of the strong supports that you want to look at as you're trading puts. So the first thing you want to look at here is going back over 2 years on a daily chart. We can see that we have some support here at 247.98, almost, let's just say, let's call it 248. We also have another support at 245. We have another support at 240, it looks like, and another support at 235, and the last support at 232. Also, we can go down to the start of 2017 and start going back and start tracing more and more and more. But these are going to be the ones that are going to be in play for a bit until we start to sell off. The reason why I'm not expecting a reversal here is because if you look at most sell-offs, we have a sell-off and we have a huge green push up, right? And then we have that continuation of the sell-off. Like let's go back a few years here on the time frame wise, and let's look at 2008 if we can get to it, right? Oh, this is 2009. Dang it, we missed it by 1 year. Hold on, one more time. Sorry, guys. I should be more professional, but I don't really care. Okay, let's look at 2008 because what happens in the past will help predict the future. So, if you look at this massive sell-off, we have not had a gap down yet, but when we're starting to sell off drastically, we usually see an indecision candle, a green or red indecision candle before we start to reverse, right? It's almost every single time. But the thing is we have not seen that yet, so that's why we're going to be in a bit of trouble here, because like every time the day, like on the 1 day, 1 minute chart, it's setting up to be an indecision candle, which means we're going to start reversing here. It gets chewed out and sellers start to come in. So what I want to show you, like what I mean is the past few days here. Okay, so if we would have oscillated in price between 248 and 245, then we would have had a doji, thus indicating a reversal and moving on. But no, we dropped through 245 and we continue to sell off. Now again, just side note, SPY is setting up for the perfect 10% continuation play. So if we can see a drop below this level pre-market on Monday morning, then we can see the continuation of the selling off, which is what I expect. That's why I'm talking about this video. So, and we can also see here, we were looking like we're going to be around this price point, thus creating an indecision candle on the daily chart, and it didn't do it. And it's the same here. We were going to form an indecision candle, and the news came out, and then it just crashed. So guys, I'm not expecting anything to stop SPY in the next 2 times unless we have some major news or we hit some major supports. But again, all the supports I have mentioned. Now, how do you trade SPY? How do you trade puts when it's dying? you go to the options table and you buy puts. But what strategies work the best when it comes to a market that's dying? You want to look at the 10% continuation play, which is in the strategies playlist that I've made on my YouTube. Or you want to play triangle patterns, which are not as well. I mean, when the market is slowly dying like this, triangle patterns are common because it takes time for a triangle pattern to set up, right? But when the market is dying, like straight down dying, like what I did on Wednesday. Let's see. Let's bring it up for Wednesday. How you trade market dying on Wednesday like this? It's crazy. But you just trade support and resistance points. So as you can see here, I went back on the 2-year daily chart and I pulled up support and resistance lines. And I would just trade the break below these lines. So break below, make some 20%. It comes up, it retests, break below, you retest, right? Break below this and break below that. You're trading the break below previous support and resistance levels because it's moving too fast to set up for a move. You know what I mean? It's moving too fast to take time to form a triangle. It's dropping too fast. So you want to trade the break of support and resistance points. That's only when the market's like dying. When it's slowly dying, you look for continuation plays. Again, I hope that makes sense, and I don't know what will be in the future when we're talking about SPY, but I do know that we're going to have a red rest of the year, so just be very careful on that and make sure that your put bias. Again, anything can happen, so change your bias. Just know that December is known for selling off. When we have a sell-off below, when the market did not generate a return for investors on the year, and when they get their yearly statement and they look at that saying that they lost money, they may be more inclined to withdraw that money. Everybody withdrawing money from the stock market at the same time will create a further move to the downside, thus helping us make money on puts. Again, guys, I hope that made sense. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. See y'all next time.